Yo, good morning, my people. What's up, world? It is Thursday, April 10th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him all things is possible. And this No Duck Zone episode is sponsored by Vision Sports Management. Shout out to my brother John Boy Belton and Match Bout. Shout out to my brother Shannon Brown. Follow both of them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Top of the morning, all my kings and queens, everybody out there traveling, getting to where they gotta go. Please get there safe. School, work, court, wherever it is you're going on vacation, get there safe. And remember, with him, all things is possible. I hope everybody's feeling appreciated today, thankful and blessed for seeing another day. Sorry, y'all, we had to spin the block back and come back and do this again. I did something where I messed up, so it kind of cut everything off. I apologize. We on stream now, um, which I wasn't expecting to be, but it's all good. We back. Word of the day, like I was saying on my other live, the word of the day is positive energy. That was me, Miss Fields. That was me. I realized what I did. It was me. So what it was, I'm on my phone, and when I was trying to go to my phone to check the YouTube, um, I was like, oh shit. So I actually deleted my live on my phone, getting it mistaken for something else. So that wasn't YouTube, that was me. Yeah, positive, yeah. So we're gonna get into it. All right. Positive energy is what I was picking. We're gonna pick up where we left over that. So that's very important. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, I have my days where sometimes that positive energy shit goes out the window for me. But I know that's just sometimes I be in my feelings about things. I'm in my feelings about things sometimes. But I try my best to always keep the positive energy because, like I said, the devil will come knocking at your door. And a lot of times, a lot of times you don't mean to be like that. It's just that things happen. And it happens to the best of us. Quit. He said, glad you. I can't read the comment because, all right, let me read it on my phone. Favorite creators of the. Yeah. Well, um, I think what it is, Miss Fields, when it comes to that, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if this is gonna make sense or not. The reason why the word positive energy is so important because you're going to have that not just on social media but in life. But you also got to be careful when you're on these platforms because a lot of us are not careful with what we say and what we do, and at the end we don't realize that it's going to hurt us. Because one thing about YouTube, you got to understand, they don't care if you stay here or not. They got people coming up with channels every day. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. Eric, oh, what's up? They coming with money every day on here, man. Every second they coming with like they don't care. You can leave here and take your channel down and say F it. I'm not doing it no more. I don't care about this. You ain't doing nobody harm to them. They don't care. All right, well, bye. That's how it is. Bye. It's almost like staying in a homeless shelter. Everybody that's in that shelter, that's in that bed, is money. When you get thrown out the shelter or when you lose your bed, they could care less. Could care less. It's money. That's why we have to also, when we on here, that positive energy on these channels is a must. We have to have it. We have to have it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, baby. We gotta have it. We gotta have it. What the fuck? Oh, I couldn't read my own Cash App at first. I think I need to get me some glasses. I see I'm over here struggling to read my own damn Cash App. It's hard out here for a pimp. But um and the world is so cruel today because nobody believes in that. Yo, positive energy, yo. I don't like all that positive shit. I don't like it. I like for shit to be nice and ghetto. Not me. Not me. You pass a certain stage in your life, that don't even matter. All that being wild and you know what I'm saying, always on that type of timing and ready to tear shit up, ready to run through the hood and slap anybody who look at you the wrong way or anybody who owe you money or just somebody that you feel like you got a problem with. That's lame, man. That's for the lames. Anybody that you know that's still walking around on that type of timing, they're a lame, and you're a bigger lame for hanging with them. Yeah, we can't help who we grew up with. We can't help who we related to, but that don't mean we got to put up with it. If you just got anybody who just walks around, in the words of, yeah, if you got anybody who just walks around on that type of energy 24/7, and you see them and they're never on no positive energy, every time you see them, they want to be on go time. And that's the crazy shit. Those are the people that we salute, but not we. Y'all salute. Y'all salute those people. I like him, man, because he always on go time. To be around somebody that's like that, it's good to have people there for you when something goes down and they on that type of timing. That's good. But if you just wake up gangster every freaking morning, the first thing I ask myself is, who is you trying to convince? Who are you lying to? Or who are you trying to scare? Because there's plenty of people like you waking up like that all over the world. You won't be the first, and you sure hell won't be the last. So who are you trying to convince? Who are you trying to convince? Yo, man, I done stabbed 10 dudes. I've been to jail 5 times. I done bust my guns 20 times. I done robbed dudes. I done slapped dudes in their mouth. I done body slammed dudes. I done slapped people kids. When I had a problem with them and I couldn't get to them, I slapped their babies at the bus stop. I done robbed dudes. Who are you trying to convince? I'm not trying to convince nobody. I'm just telling the story. Okay, you telling the story, but what is the story supposed to get you? I mean, the story is good if you learn from that and you change your life, and now you out here doing positive shit. Because all the real gangsters are the ones that's out here doing positive shit. It ain't that dude that you see walking around with the ashy do-rag and his pants hanging off his ass trying to convince you he the baddest motherfucker walking around town. Because he's not. 70-degree weather, he's walking around with a damn ski mask on trying to convince you he the baddest motherfucker walking around in town. The real gangsters is out here taking care of their families, providing, trying to do whatever it is they got to do to stay out of harm's way. Stay out of harm's way. Because I know for sure for our people, it's easy for us to get caught up in something. The system is written all over us. And all we do is make it easy for them. So whether it's a family member, friend, co-worker, If you just got somebody that's on that type of energy all the time, that ain't the person you should be around. It's not the person you should be around. That part, my brothers who have pulled bids now, fathers and international without promoting, celebrating the stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That part, Miss Fields. Because you learn from it. Who the fuck coming home from prison and just want to scream out how many bids they did, how many people they snatched up, how many kidnappings they've been a part of? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. All that sound good, but if you coming home and you changing your life, the gangster shit is when you taking care of your family. That's the gangster shit. The gangster ain't these dudes you see out here doing these stupid ass crimes. It's not. Don't be fooled. They want to convince you that they the baddest. You know, back in 1988, I was the man. I had all the ladies. I had all the cars. I went to every club in New York City. I had houses. I had land. Okay, it's 2025. What the hell do you got now? You ain't got nothing but memories, and memories don't put food on the table. Memories don't keep a roof over your head. Memories don't keep the lights on. So you telling this for what? What you should be doing is taking that, turning that into positive energy, start to do something for your community, go to boys and girls clubs, YMCA's, schools, neighborhoods, talk to kids. Our OGs ain't really like that. We don't have OGs like that no more. These OGs too busy trying to keep up with the Joneses. They'll sit there and say they don't know what's wrong with this young generation, but you trying to be a part of the young generation. So how the hell you gonna say you don't know what's wrong with them, but you trying to be a part of it? Y'all 60 years old out here riding on damn scooters and playing drill music, wearing do-rags still, talking to girls 30 years younger than you. Like, what are we talking about? Positive energy, y'all, is the words for the day. Glad that people want to hear it or not. It really don't matter to me what y'all want to hear. You got somebody where you, if it's anytime somebody come around you and you got to say, oh God, here he go. We always laughing and having a good time, but here he go, or here she go with her shit. Now why she come over here with some bullshit? You know it's coming. Y'all ever had been around at that time, like you be at a cookout, that one person you know that's coming around, you either get up and move for them or you get up and leave the area. And now all your friends is like, why you leaving? You know I'm not going to stay around here, around her, around him, around them. I already don't like this area as it is. So seeing their face or seeing his face or her face doesn't make me feel any better. I'm out. When y'all ain't hanging around them and y'all ain't inviting them to stuff, call me. But if y'all gonna invite them to stuff, don't bother with me. Don't even bother to call me to pull up. It's not happening. I know y'all been in situations like that. Because it'll get like that. It get like that where you just go, oh God, out of all people, why did you bring this motherfucker? Because you will be on that kind of timing. It gets you to that point where you just can't, you be like, yo, oh, well, positive energy, y'all. is what we have to keep at all times. A lot of people are walking around in this world just so messed up and so angry, so pissed. And I know it's hard for them. I know it's hard for them to keep it positive. Thinking you preventing something, but you just making it worse. Yeah, you think you're preventing something, but you just making it worse. Yeah, you're just making it worse. You're right, Evergo. You're making it worse. You're making it worse. You know how many situations I have to back myself away from because I'm like, you know what? If I stay here, I'm gonna make it worse. If I stay here, I'm gonna make it worse. Like when you first get up in the morning, the first thing we should do, I don't care what it is we going through or how we feel, and I had to learn to do this, and I've been doing this for a while, probably for a couple months now. It's just I get up and I do a prayer every morning. I'm not super religious, but I do believe. I get up and I pray every morning because I have to thank God that no matter what it is I'm going through, He's getting me through life. Not even just through my day. He's getting me through life. I don't have to be here. None of us don't have to be here. We here because He keeping us here, and we, He has something planned for us. For some of us, we like the plan is taking too long, but He has a plan for us. And some of us just get up and act like we belong here. Like, no, don't work like that. You still got to get up and thank Him for seeing another day, no matter what you're going through. Now, how you handle life determines some of the things that you're going through in life, how you handle it determines how your life is gonna continue. If everything is just negative to you because I can't take this is happening in my life, I can't take that, you ready to crash out. Certain shit in my life, I realize I let go and I let God deal with it. Because if I deal with it my way, it's just not gonna do nothing but put me in jail cell. Always take my food. Wait a minute. You know what? I ain't got time for D-Free and his bullshit. Yep, because you always take my food, so I have to move if I want my food. Yo, you know what, D-Free? We on StreamYard now. I'm gonna bring you up here now because you ain't about to do this to me. Hold on, man. We ain't about to do this. We not about to do this. We on StreamYard. So guess what? We ain't on the other shit. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, because D-Free, you ain't about to do that to me. We gonna straighten this out right now, Mr. Free. Gonna tell me I'm taking your food. D-Free, crazy, man. I love D-Free, but he a nut, y'all. He's a nut. But that energy is nasty and it's disgusting. That negative energy is just disgusting. It's disgusting. And it does nothing for you. It does absolutely nothing. Hold on, y'all. Okay. See? Social media, man. You start talking that truth, and look what happened. They don't like when I start talking positive energy. They want to get rid of you then. D-Free, back in the building.
What's good? What's good?
Felt like I ain't seen you in 100 years. Free, you're a busy man. You don't take time to come to no Duck Zone no more, man. You done got rich
Hey,
now. You a BBO, y'all over there getting money. You know what I mean? Y'all not sharing none of the money. This shit is crazy, man. Y'all done
hey,
left me out. You, Thomas, all y'all getting money together. I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all
nah,
doing.
I've been busy with work during the day, so I've been moving like
Listen,
a mo. We got like
I
seven contracts that came through at the same time, so I'm
I
out
heard
here
about your
hiring
new
people left
team.
and day.
I heard about your new team that you, BBO Thomas, Crush. I heard y'all putting a whole squad together. I don't like that I wasn't included in the squad. I'm feeling some kind of way about this.
Oh, you could be a part of the squad.
Nah,
I
man.
talked I
Y'all
talked
didn't
to
send
them
me no
today.
contract. The thing is, well, this is what I heard. I heard don't let that no duck zone guy in because he's gonna cause a distraction, a disturbance. Don't let that guy in. He's too positive,
Hey,
and we don't want him around.
actually, I could talk to them today about putting you in because
I
it it,
I
it
bet.
would it, it would be perfect. You come on right after Crutch goes off, so it would be perfect.
Yeah, you know what? You two played. No, they didn't play me today. I played myself today because Tiff, I had to move her around this morning. I was trying to go outside and go live, but I was like, nope, that ain't gonna work. Then I came back to the house to do it again, and my dumb ass deleted my own damn video. I took my own damn self off. That's why when Thomas hit me, he said, "What happened?" The whole time I thought I was still live, and my dumb ass wasn't live. I said,
I know.
"Oh, I done took myself off." I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy." Josh, what up? Yeah, he said, "I'm not gonna speak on that." Yeah, yeah, Josh. Yeah, but yeah, man, that energy be crazy, man. I don't know. I seen somebody yesterday free, and I was like, I had to ask them. I said, "Yo, why do you wake up mad every day, bro?" That just be me. I said, no. Nobody
Uh,
comes into the world just pissed like that. What you really be? I had to ask him, what you really be mad at though, bro?
you know why they you know why they wake up mad every day? They wake up mad because they got a daggone Woody and a hard cop. They wake up
This
with a
dude,
Woody in a hard rock in a hard spot. That man don't have nothing soft to lay beside. No pillow, no woman, no blanket, nothing soft to lay beside. So that's what happens when you wake up with a Woody every day and you you have no way to let that energy go. That's why a lot of people get into boxing. They ain't got no way to let the energy go.
I was trying not to go there, but okay.
No,
He said, "No dirt to bury his bone."
right. They got no dirt to bury their bones. None whatsoever.
Yo, Erica, Erica said, "No dirt to bury his," and no woman to put that wood respectfully. No, but I know dudes who get it, but still be on some mad shit. Like, what is you like? I don't understand. Like, everybody's not gonna walk around happy all the time, but damn, they
No,
energy just be off to me, bro.
I
I
tell you
don't
right
get it.
now, I don't know about those brothers. I know every time I release my energy, I'm in a pleasant mood for the rest of the day. I don't know about them. When I
He said, "I
release
don't know
my
about
energy,
this."
I release my energy. I'm in a pleasant mood for the rest of the day. That might be the only time that you could talk. You could talk smack to me, and I don't say nothing back to you.
But I be thinking, bro, like, yo, what be wrong with dudes, man? Like, the shit just be off to me. I be like, yo. So he never did
Oh
answer the
shit!
question. No, matter of fact, he did answer the question, but he gave me a stupid ass answer. He said, "I'm gonna be real with you, see. I just like being like that."
I didn't even turn my damn printer on. I'm sitting here.
And I'm like, "What you mean you like being like that?" He said, "Sometimes I just like being like that, bro." And I'm like, "But that shit is stupid. Like, you think you scaring somebody?" "Oh, I'm not trying to scare people." I said, "But I'm asking you, do you think you're scaring somebody? Because you're not. Like, you just be
Yeah,
mad at the world, bro. That should be crazy to me."
some
After
people.
release, like, the gymnast, yeah, he's stupid. You stupid, Josh. You said some
I,
people what?
No, I'm saying I didn't turn my damn printer on. I was waiting for some emails to come through, and I ain't even got my damn printer on. I'm sitting here trying to figure out why ain't no email. I'm not printing out anything from these emails. I ain't even got my damn printer on.
Oh, I need to get one of those in my house. I would love to get one of those because I'd be having to set shit out all the time, and I'd be hating to leave the house to go do it.
Hold on 1 second. Wow.
But it's it's kind of like you ever had people
There we
walk
go.
around, they just got that infested attitude where you just like, yo, damn, I can't be around you, bruh. They just infested with anger, and it's like, yo, oh,
Yeah,
go
I
that
mean,
way. Go that way with that. I understand things happen. We not talking about people who be mad for like one day. We just like every time you see them, they turned up.
right.
It's like what you so angry for, bruh? Like you ever been at a family reunion or you just been at work? You just been somewhere where you like you be chilling, and then when that one person come around or that couple come around, you like, yo, I'm out. And people ask you, yo, free, why you out? You know I don't like them or I don't like him. I can't stay around when they're around because as much as I don't let people bother me, I can't be around them. Because if he say
I,
something to me or look at me the wrong way, me and my wife is gonna want to fight him and his wife. Or me
I
and him
know
gonna go.
I'm not like that. I don't let nobody spoil my happiness, but my wife is
Well, not
like that.
spoil it, but did you just ever been somewhere where you see people do that? They'll tell you you're free, I'm out.
Yeah, my wife, she said, babe, it's time to go. I'm like, what? And then I look over and I see who just walked in, and I'll be like, oh, all right, let's roll.
Yeah, Miss Fields. They just make you frown up. You ever got around people that make you make that face? And people know when you make that face, they'll look at you and go, yo, free, what's wrong? And you like, nothing. Because you don't be want to bring it up, so you like nothing. In all
Yeah.
reality, it's something. Yo, what's wrong? Oh, this dude, man. No, I don't really like him.
See,
Tay, I see you.
a person like me, I'm so ignorant. I go ahead and say the person's name. I'll be like, man, y'all know I don't like this dude. And they be like, who you talking about? Him right there. And they're like, oh, my bad, though. I forgot.
Yeah, you would do that, free. That's you. That's you, free.
I'm a little ignorant at times
Yeah,
because
but the thing
I'm the
is,
type of person. If I don't get along with you, don't say nothing to me. I don't want to see you. I'm not going to speak to you. You don't speak to me. I'm not a fake individual. I can't put on a front because of other people. Because every time you come around me, I'm a literally give you that look and that cold shoulder. Like if you say one word, it's a problem. I'm
yeah,
not the one to put on the front for nobody. I'm not built like that. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I'm cool with you, you gonna know because I'm gonna be laughing and joking with you or whatever. If I don't laugh and joke with you, it's one or two reasons. Either I don't like you, or I don't know you.
yeah. You know what? I'm on that type of timing too. Like where I live at, I'm like that with a couple people. So my wife be like, I know you don't like him or you don't like her. I'm like, you damn right. So don't expect me. If they throw a cookout in the park, she be like, I know you're not going because you don't fool with them. You know I don't.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna go to your event because I know there's food there. What the fuck I look like? If I don't fool with you, I'm not being a part of nothing because you phony if you do that. If you know you don't mess with somebody, but you gonna go to an event just because they got food there, that makes you a lame.
yeah.
And you not coming to my event. So
That,
if you even get caught, like my wife knows she can't throw an event, it'd be
what's going
like
on,
she
Tay
knows
Tay?
only certain people. She know it's certain people she can invite because she know I don't deal with everybody. So she know I'll make that face like, why is he here? Why is she here? Get him up out of here, B, before it get nasty in here. Because
Yeah,
I can't, I just can't do it.
yeah. I
I can't
mean,
do it.
yeah. I can't break with my face. I would show it, laughing my ass off. Yeah, I mean that's how I am. Like literally, I could be laughing and then somebody walk in that I know I don't mess with. I'd be laughing and all of a sudden I'll just be like, they're like,
Yeah.
"What's up?" I'll be like, "I'm just waiting." As soon as he step out of line, it's on.
For real, my face will show, and I will. Yeah, I would say something. That's why when I did my annual barbecue, I remember one of my friends was like, why is it that we don't know about it, but only people that's in your boxing community seem to be at the cookout? I said because it's a lot of y'all I don't fool with, and I would never do it like that. What I would do, like I would never do that. So, hell no. And yes,
Yeah.
hell yeah, I would never do that. I just can't. The shaking and faking, being up on your face, acting like I like you. Mm-mm. My wife used to have people come here that I don't like. I go in the room.
Yeah.
I go in the room free, close the motherfucking door. I'm like, "So who coming? Yeah, I'll be in the room. You need anything? I'll be in the room. Go right in there and close the door.
God damn it.
Like, cause I can't. Yeah, Tay, you look like you're wild out. And Tay's so damn little too. Wait till you see Tay. Tay's so little, but Tay look like she'll bite your head off. Tell you, boy.
Tay, only thing I remember from Tay when I see her on her video when she was working out with the boxing in the boxing and she was throwing her little punches. Tay remind me of a little munchkin kid. She remind me of a munchkin kid. I was like, Tay looks small as a mother.
hey, but you know what though? He do though, but shit, you gotta be careful because Tay get it in. But yeah, man, that energy is just like, we all got something about us that keeps us in contact with each other. There's something about all of us where for the last 4 years, 3 years, whatever, that we all remained cool because of our energy. Sometimes we might have our moments where we shouting back and forth or we agree to disagree. But if you think about it, she said, nah, but I'm a midget though. No, you and Tip is the same height. That's what's so crazy. Um, don't do that, my sis, like that. Yeah, nah, we love Tay. Tay know we love her. Tay's been our family for
Shit,
for, for a while now.
we the reason why y'all get videos from Tay because she don't like doing videos. Now y'all get to see her talk in front of the camera and everything. She was not trying
We
to
gonna
do it.
Tay, we're gonna drag you. You gonna get some of that positive energy in you, Tay. You gonna start doing these damn videos, Tay. Damn you, Tay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like literally, me and Clarence had to stay on top of Tay about doing videos. Like,
Man,
man, you
I'm
know what
still
you're
on.
doing.
You know what? You know why I fell back from it? And I'm gonna be real with you because I had to think about it once upon a time when y'all were getting on me. You,
Yeah.
G5, a lot of y'all was getting on me because I wasn't going on YouTube for nada. Every day was Instagram. Every day. And then y'all was like, yo, yeah, dude, you gotta fill the application out. Of course you do.
What's up,
Yep.
Sorry, y'all. Hey, there go my buddy Dream. What's up, Dream?
Hi.
What's up, Dream? You coming
Boy,
to
stop jumping.
New York to see me?
Say it again, Clarence. He ain't hear you.
You coming to New York to see me this year again?
He said you coming to New York to see him this year?
Yeah.
Stop jumping.
All right, man. I'm gonna see you, buddy. I love you, man. I was supposed to call the other day that I wanted to speak to him. Oh, I also want to tell you too, Free. Congratulations.
Yeah, he gotta go to the doctor. He said his throat
I
didn't
don't
feel
like
good.
it.
What's the
I'm going to
matter?
New York City. I'm going to New York City.
You coming to
You
New
wanna
York
urge
City?
it?
Come on. Come on to New York City. I'm waiting on you, man. I got your tackies
He's
for you,
not
man.
wedding me. He's not
You said
wedding
what?
me. He's not wedding me.
He said I'm not letting him.
Look at him. He got his muscles. Make a muscle for me. Let me see a muscle, Dream. Let me see a muscle. There you go.
You telling him you had your first
Look
football
at him.
game last
I
week?
have a third football game.
Yeah, football game?
Yeah, he had his first game last week.
Yeah, that's my buddy right there. Love me some Dream, man. Good kid. I want to tell you too, congratulations for you on your
I did have a
what's that, the
first
new
football
position
game.
you in.
Oh, appreciate it.
See, you get that from good energy, baby. Good energy is what got you that.
Yeah, man.
Hard work.
I started with this company from the ground up. Like literally, when I got with this company, it was only 2 months old. It only had 7 contracts, and
Oh man,
I helped build this company from the ground up. I was I came in as a regular employee. Within 6 months, became a sergeant and a supervisor. Then 2 months after that, became the lieutenant. Literally 2 months after that, became the captain. After I became a captain, probably like a month and a half, I became the deputy chief. And then
that's crazy.
a week and a half after I became a deputy chief, I became the director of human resources. And probably 6 months after that, I am now the vice president.
That's crazy. That's crazy, Free.
Yep.
Just to think about the amount of time, like that you did it, shows you that anybody could do anything if they put the work into it.
Yeah, this company is literally only 5 years old. Literally, it's only 5 years old.
That's crazy. Yep. Shit. 5 years. And look at
This
the time that you did all that
this
in the amount
company
of five
started.
years.
The company actually, well, it will be five in November. The company started November 2020. I came on February of 2021.
They was coming when we were still going through COVID.
Yeah, like
That's
when
crazy.
they first started, they didn't have any contracts. By the time I came on, they had 7 contracts, and I was working 2 contracts at the same time. And I was a licensed chef working as a chef full time. So I was working Monday through Friday as a full time chef, and then I will on the weekends I will work with this company at 2 different sites. I will go to one site from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and then I would leave that site at 9 o'clock and go to another site and work there from 9 to 1. They gave me a little leeway because they knew I was leaving another site. I would work that
Yeah.
one from 9 to 1, and I did that. I did that for 6 months. About 6 months, and then they promoted me to sergeant, and then I moved over to another site, and that's when I decided to leave the I leave my chef job because I was making more money doing this than I was being a chef.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot working in the kitchen. I can't go to the kitchen. Yo, Steve, I see you, man. How mom's doing? Yeah, I can't do the kitchen, man, no more. The shit is, I can't. The best thing about working in the kitchen is getting
Appreciate it,
something to
Miss
eat.
Fields.
I can't do the kitchen. The kitchen is rough.
I mean, the kitchen is fine. Um, I just I like being the executive chef more than just being a sous chef. Executive chef, I get to oversee everything. It's like being a manager of the kitchen. You get to oversee everything, make sure everybody doing what they're supposed to do. A sous chef is cool. Like if you working in an actual restaurant and not a fast food spot, you working in an actual restaurant. A sous chef is cool because you have a certain station that you're over. So all you have to do is
Yeah,
worry about your section. Um, but working at like, let's say we working at a Applebee's or something like that, it can get a little hectic because you doing so much. You got to make this order over here. You got to make that order over there. You having yourself spread thin being a one of those type of chefs because there is no sous chef. You might have other cooks in the kitchen, but there's no other cooks for their own station. So it's just a little different. But actual chef, and when you are a sous chef and you're the actual chef and then you're the executive chef, is a little different. So it all depends on what atmosphere you in.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I've tried, and I'm like, nah, I can't do this. This ain't for me, man.
I mean, it's better to like have your own food truck. Because if you're gonna be a chef for like a fast food restaurant like a Applebee's or something like that, you might as well open up your own food truck. You're doing the same amount of work instead of
Um,
you working for somebody else. You'll be working for
I'd
yourself.
rather do it that way, but I noticed with them food trucks, um, shit, you got to make sure you on your grind too with that, man. Damn them food trucks. I was watching
I mean,
Beanie
but if
Siegel
you look
do
at
it.
it, if you look at it this way, look at it this way. You can start off small with a food truck. You can start off small. You can have, let's say you have a set menu, and well, you're gonna have a set menu, but your menu might say, okay, let's use this for example. You got burgers, chicken, fries, and maybe two other items that you're cooking. That's your menu. That's what you're gonna do. Maybe a steak and cheese or something like that, or something. That's your menu. You can do that only for the lunch hour. Let's say you're doing it from 12 to 3. That's the only time you're doing it. And then once you build up your clientele, you get the hang of how you have to move in that food truck. You start to get familiar with the food truck after you're doing it for a certain period of time. Then you can expand the amount of time that you're working in a food truck. You can start doing it the morning shift and the afternoon shift. And then as you start to grow, you can start being out there all day. You say, look, I'm gonna do 8 hours. I'm gonna do from the morning all the way until the end of the work day. And then as you grow, you decide, you know what? I want to own my own restaurant. Now you're the owner of the restaurant. You don't necessarily have to cook. You can have somebody else cooking. You can hire people to cook for you, and you just run the restaurant. So that's how a lot of these restaurants starts out. They start out at a food truck. Most of them are caterers, and then they decide to have their own food truck, and then next thing you know, they open their own restaurant.
Um, yeah, like Eric O said, yeah, to find somewhere to do that, sometimes it be a motherfucker, man, because you can't just put your food truck anywhere. Yeah, I seen where was I somewhere? I was downtown somewhere where this dude was in front of this establishment. I think it was like one of the 99-cent stores, and it was beef about it. Like dude didn't want them there, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man.
Like me,
It's,
me, me. If I was in New York, I wouldn't have my food truck downtown. I would go somewhere like White Plains or Yonkers, somewhere out
yeah,
there.
but you
I
got
would
too many
go
people competing downtown.
right. I wouldn't go downtown because you already know it's everybody's downtown. They know that's the busiest part of the
Everybody's
city.
downtown, bro.
Everybody's down there.
Everybody.
So I will go somewhere else. I will go to like maybe I set up a food truck on my own block. I have my own block and set up a food truck right there. Or I go, like I said, I go to Westchester County somewhere and set up my food truck there. Find a nice little park where everybody go and be balling at or whatever. So they're gonna want something to eat after they finish balling, or they're gonna want something to drink. They might not get no food. They might just come to me and get some waters or get some Gatorades or whatever. But eventually somebody's gonna come over there and get some food. So I will find a spot like that, like go over there in White Plains, over there by the Galleria or somewhere, and park on one of those side streets. It's because it's a courthouse right there by the Galleria Mall. It's a courthouse right there, so people come out and go to
Yeah,
the Galleria Mall to go get their lunch. They might see your food truck and say, "Well, I'm not even gonna walk over there. Let me go see what this joint is like. I can save some time and be able to eat my lunch and still have some time to myself." So I mean, it's different things. You just got to scope out the landscape. Once you scope out the landscape, you'll be able to do what you got to do.
yeah. I used to have a hot dog cart, but I didn't stick with. Oh man, I worked 7 years for American Golf in the catering kitchen
I would have
doing.
had that hot dog cart, and I would have hired one of my friends to run the hot dog cart. One
I
of
ain't
my
gonna lie
friends,
to you.
one of my friends that I can trust, because I'm gonna
Yeah,
count
yeah,
how
yeah.
how many items. I mean, if I'm buying six big 32 packs of hot dogs or whatever I'm gonna know what my revenue is supposed to be by the end of the day.
Yeah. Um, and I was thinking about it, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I had been thinking about it. Me and my wife was talking about it, but then I just told her, I said, you know what? Some things should just stay an idea because that's a lot. And we're not just speaking about money. We're talking about depending on people,
Yeah,
not to help us get anything, but everybody's gonna have to play their part when you got that shit and you on that truck. So if you have two other people on there with you or whatever, however it goes, everybody gonna have to play their part. And you got people that always want to be a part of shit, but they don't want to be a part of shit, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Everybody wants to say they with something or they doing this, but then it's like, okay, I need you. You know, you're supposed to be here on this day. You know, this is the time that we open it up. You know, this is the time that the people go on break. So when they go on break, where they going? Where you think they're gonna come to? Even if it's your first day opening. Oh, all right, let's try these people out. Let's see what they're about. So everybody got to play their part. That's the only problem, Free. You can
yeah.
have the truck, you can have the money. It's getting these lazy ass people that they want to come to you, like somebody that you know that you went to school with or in your family. Come on, Free man. You know what I mean? All right, I'll give you this job, but you got to be serious.
Yeah,
Because
I
this is
mean,
you
like
playing with my livelihood.
with a food truck, that's like a personal business. You don't really want too many people in that because
Yeah,
for one,
yeah,
you gotta find somebody who's able to who's able to cook. You gotta
yeah,
have make sure that either that person know how to drive the truck, or you gotta have somebody that's willing to drive for the person that's going to be doing the cooking. And the person that's
yeah,
driving, he's gonna be doing the driving, but he's gonna be helped with the orders. Like he might bag up all the stuff while the other person is cooking the stuff. He might bag it up, give the people their orders. But like I said, with a food truck, you wanna make sure that's like more so personal. It will be you and somebody else, because the food truck ain't but so big. You only could fit maybe three people back there that can move around comfortably. After that, it started to get a little crowded. People ain't able to move. Depending on the size of the food truck, some of them is a little bit smaller. You might only could fit two people back there, but it all depends on the size of the food truck. But
yeah.
that's
Because
more of a personal job.
I don't know any food trucks the size of a Greyhound bus. So you only got so much damn room in there.
Yeah, no,
You only
yeah,
got so much room.
because for one, you got the front counter, which where you have the window, and it's a counter. You might have a little fryer on the side or whatever of that window. Where the window is, you might have a fryer on the side of that, so you only have a small counter space for the window. And then right behind there, you have the actual stove where it's a skillet. I mean, yeah, a griddle. It might be a griddle. Some people might have an actual stove there. So as soon as you turn around, you right at the stove. So you like, okay, I know I can't have too many people back here. It only could be two or three people. That's it.
Yeah, it's a lot though. Like I told my wife, she was like, "Would you want to do that?" Then I thought about it. I said, "No, it's just an idea." Because, like you said, this is another thing people don't realize. You got to have you a driver,
Yeah.
and you got to have not just a driver. You got to have somebody that's going to stay consistent. I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
you
like
have
I
to
said,
say,
I always when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a chef. So I got the opportunity to fulfill a dream that I always wanted, and I had fun doing it. I ain't gonna say it was all bad. You have those days where you come in and you're like, man, I gotta make this because it's basically the same menu every day. So you're like, man, I don't even feel like cutting no potatoes or peeling no daggone apples or whatever is on
yeah,
your menu. You're like, man, I don't feel like doing. I do this every single day. So some days you come in there, you wake up and you be like, man, I don't even feel like doing it, but I gotta make this money. And then other days you come in there, you be energized and you like, man, oh, you don't feel like cutting the potatoes? I got them. Give them the potatoes. I got them for you. Don't worry about it. You go ahead over there. I got them for you. It's been plenty of times where I come in there, I be doing everybody's job. I move from peeling the potatoes
yeah.
to because
But you know what though,
before
Free?
you open up,
Once it,
you
once it,
gotta prep everything. You
but,
gotta
but,
prep
but once
everything.
it get, but once it get like that, I don't need you no more. Because if I got to sit here and I got to cut the potatoes, I got to take orders. If I got to find myself doing 4 or 5 things while you just on some, I don't feel like positive energy. You ain't, and that's the thing. No matter what you feel like, you gonna have to come in there every day with a positive energy.
Yeah.
You can't go in there and the customers go, well, what's on the menu? You know what's on the menu. We serve the same damn thing every day.
Right.
Can't do that, bro. You gonna scare the money away. Can't
See,
do that.
like I literally, like I said, I worked in an actual restaurant. I never worked in like a fast food atmosphere as far as like Applebee's or Fridays or McDonald's. I never worked in that type of atmosphere. Mine was an actual restaurant. Like we made food. Like you come sit down, you look at the menu, and a waiter come up to you, you place your order. And then when the COVID hit, we was making food for different schools. They would give out free lunches to the people in the community. So we was making food for that. So we would make like brown bags for that. So it might be we might be making all kinds of stuff. We made daggone teriyaki chicken with noodles. We made we made daggone steak. We made sandwiches, fried chicken. We made all kinds of stuff. So it all depends on what we was making that day. Like when we doing the teriyaki chicken, like literally, like my desk area is like the size. Like I have my desk area. I have about this much space right in my desk area. That would literally be the size of the pot that you was putting the chicken in. So
Mm.
when I say it's probably about 300 pounds of chicken, like boneless chicken breast. Sometimes we do thighs, but most of the time it was boneless chicken breast or cutlets. It will be
Yeah.
300 pounds. So we dumping all the chicken in there, we cleaning it, and then we drain it all out, and then we season. We put the oil in, we season it, then we stirring it up, and then we putting them on cookie sheets so we can go bake them. And so we might have about 45 racks of nothing but
Jesus.
chicken, nothing but chicken. And once one get done, we putting the other set in, and we taking that set out, putting it on the cooling rack, and we putting the new set in the oven. So you have a set of people that's doing the chicken, then you have another set that might be doing the sides, then you have another set that might be doing the afternoon lunches, or I mean the breakfast or whatever. So it was organized, but sometimes it just get a little. You like, man, I don't feel like doing this today. And then other days you be like, man, I'm about to do it. We'll have the music blasting in there, and man, I'd be running because I was always on the chicken for some reason. I just like doing the chicken. I never like doing the potatoes or the cucumbers. I just didn't like peeling those. I didn't mind doing it. I just prefer if I had my choice. Let me do the chicken. I'm cool with the chicken. I'll go over there, dump all the chicken in there, and then because we got the big boxes of chicken, cut them off, and then in each box you might have like 5 bags of chicken, which was like 10 pounds
Yeah.
each bag. I cut them open, dump them in the pot, drain them out. I mean, wash them up, drain them out, and then I pour the oil in there, pour the seasoning, whatever type of chicken we making, and then I mix it up, and then I'm just going there putting the trays up. I might do that by myself. It's supposed to be two people, but sometimes I might be doing that by myself. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I got it. I'm good. And that
Yeah,
that
you
would
know what?
last me the
I like
entire day.
working I like working by myself. So my thing is I tell somebody sometimes, man, I got it. I'm good.
And then the next day, after I cooked all the chicken, the next day I come in there, I gotta cut the chicken up and get it ready for the bags. Cut it up, put it in a Tupperware bowl with the noodles, then pour the teriyaki sauce over top of it. Then I slide it down. Somebody will put the sides with it, and then we put it in the bag and bag it up. We might have somewhere between 700 to 2,000 bags worth of lunches that
God
we would have to make.
damn.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
lot of damn chicken, boy.
Mm. That I mean,
Sheesh.
we did that during the COVID time because nobody was going to the restaurant, so
Well,
we
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
making
yeah,
food
yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah,
for
yeah.
the homeless
Yeah,
people.
I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, there was
yeah. I
no
forgot
restaurant
about
open,
that.
so we was just doing that for the homeless people.
But that was good though that y'all were doing that because they got to eat too.
Yeah, But
You know what I never
crazy.
liked about West? You know what I never liked about places that serve food? I don't care if it's fast food or not. The thing that always pissed me off, man, is watching food go to waste, man. That
Yeah.
always bothered me, Free.
No,
I,
I'm gonna
I
tell you that.
understand you can't give everybody some shit because if it ain't no good, people get sick, and then here it is, you get sued. But I'm sure you worked in restaurants way before me, but
No,
I've worked
I'm
in
gonna
enough
tell you
restaurants to
the
know that,
funniest
damn,
thing
all
that
that
ever
food ain't bad.
happened. The funniest thing that ever happened at the restaurant. I I was like I said, I was the executive chef, but they had the property man, well, the general manager. He was over top of like three restaurants, so they had him come through, and we was prepping pizza. We was prepping pizzas. We was doing pizzas for everybody. Um,
Yeah,
and so when we doing it, you gotta do all the flour, get the dough and everything, and then you had the dough stacked up on the sheets. So we had to push it into the cooler. We had it
yeah,
was like a cooler. We had a blaster and then we had a cooler. The blaster was something that you want to cool down real quick. You throw it in there and turn it on. It will cool it down in literally seconds. The cooler is something that you just put in for overnight. So
yeah,
we had some dudes pushing the dough to the cooler. No, I never forget it. The daggone general manager came down, and I guess he was trying to show off because he was new at the position. So he was trying because
yeah,
he used to work in our kitchen. He got promoted. I got his position, and he got promoted to the general manager. So
yeah,
he was telling everybody what to do. So he came down, he rushing everybody. Hey, I need you to get this in there. I need you to get that in
yeah,
there. Come on, we gotta move, we gotta move, we gotta move. I'm like, dog, we got it. They about to put it in the cooler. We already prepped everything. They got it. We about to push this in the cooler and then we're gonna start on lunch. Nah, but the trucks are about to pull up. We need everything done now. Come on, y'all gotta move. So he went to go move the goddamn dough. Now this is a rack that's probably about 6 feet tall, and each rack got dough on it, and it's like nine pieces of dough on each cookie sheet, and he got probably about 24 cookie sheets. When
oh
you got
man, this
when you
dumbass.
got the dough is weighed out. Each pieces of dough is like 3 pounds. So you got nine pieces of dough. That's 27 pounds per rack. You got 24 racks. So you do 24 times 27. That's how much weight you got on it. That and not to mention the actual cookie sheet. So he went to go push the dough out. This nigga hit a bump. That whole motherfucking thing just tipped over. Bow. Dough everywhere. I said, everybody stop. Take a look. So everybody was looking. I said, take a look. This is what happens when y'all rush. This is what happens when you rush. So he sitting there looking at me. He was like, what are you talking about? We're going to pick the stuff up. I'm like, dog, no. You pick it up.
I'm not picking
We
nothing
gotta
up.
go prep these daggone racks and we gotta go prep some new dough. You made the mess, you pick it up. I got my workers over there. I mean my cooks over here. They gotta go prep more dough now because you
I'm
just
not. I'm not.
wasted all that dough.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not picking nothing up. Like that's the
That
only thing that
joint, no,
aggravates me about West. That's the thing that
oh,
aggravates me about. Yo, listen. That's the thing that aggravates me about working in restaurants is that people mess up on shit, and then here it is. You got to stop what you doing to go. It'd be too much going on in restaurants for me. Like I just can't, bro. It'd be too much going on.
no, that
Then
shit was
everybody
funny
want to keep
as hell. Cause
reminding
I
me.
told it was like probably about 12 of us in there. I said, everybody stop what you doing. I need y'all to come over here. And he thought I was calling them to come over to help pick the stuff up. I said, y'all take a look. They were like, what happened? I was like, this is what happened when you rush. He rushed y'all to get this daggone dough out. This is what happened. So y'all go back over there. We gotta go prep daggone more dough because he just wastes all this daggone dough.
All that dough, all that good old dough.
I said, so now we got to throw all that in the trash. We can't use those daggone cookie sheets because everything just fell on the floor. So all those got to go in the washer. So we had to go prep everything all over again. So that pushed us behind. So I had a set of people prepping the dough while I had another set that was bagging up the lunches. I was like, nah. I said, nah, you stay upstairs. Let us do what we doing. We got this. You up here rushing and you cause more problems. Now we're really going to be backed up because you was rushing. Now you just wasted all that dough.
What was his position again?
His position was the general manager. He was the executive chef, but he got promoted to the general manager.
Oh, so he started getting on some acting like he was. Yeah, well, I don't care who you are. I'm not picking none of that up. You made the
No,
mess.
I told him, no, we're
That's
not
what I
picking
hate.
up. And
They
see,
want to make you. I
where
hate that
I
shit.
worked at, it was like the home base of because they had other restaurants that was under that brand. So, but our store was like the home base. So we had the owner there, we had the human resources there, and the general manager. He had his office there. So he got, like I said, he got promoted to general manager. So the director of human resources was there, and the owner was there at the time that all this stuff happened. So I was like, no, we're about to go prep the rest of this daggone dough because you just wasted all that. We about to go prep this dough and get these bag lunches bagged up. You can go ahead and clean all that up. So the owner was like, he was like, yeah, Freeman, go ahead and take your cooks over there. Y'all get all that stuff taken care of. Yeah, you go ahead and clean that up. I'll send a couple of people down to help you to clean it up. But they got to go get all this stuff ready because we got these trucks about to pull up. He
Yeah,
thought we was going to pick that stuff. I'm like, no, we're not picking none of that up. We about to go finish doing what we was doing. You cleaning that up.
yeah.
That's
I
he
don't know.
was mad as hell. I was like, that's what happened when you rush. I was like, you rushing for no reason. We had everything taken care of.
You could be mad as hell all you want, but if you thought that we was gonna help pick this up, you had another thing coming, buddy. Because if
Yeah.
your ass would have just wait, and that's what it is. These dudes getting these. You know what I hate about jobs where you have more bosses than you have employees. That's the
Yeah,
thing that kills me about jobs where you got these regular employees that's regular just like you. They might have been there longer than you, but they want to be a boss. And it's like, no, bro, no matter how much ass you kiss, you're not gonna get that position.
yeah, and that's what I have going on right now with my company. So, like I told you, I used to be the deputy chief. And so I was the director and the deputy chief. I was the director of human resources, but I was also the deputy chief for DC. So the guy that got promoted to chief after my chief resigned, he ended up resigning, and this other guy got promoted to chief. Me and him already had a run-in when I came back to my company because I had
Yeah,
left my company for a little while, and remember I was doing Amazon for a little while because
yeah,
they had ceased on all of the contracts that they had because a lot of the people wasn't paying the money, so they had stopped all of the contracts that we had. And
WDS.
so I was like,
Yeah,
well, once y'all get everything back in order, I come back. I said, but I got to continue making money. So I went and worked with Amazon. So when I came back, he didn't know that I was a captain and I was already working with the company. He thought I was a regular employee. So me and him, we had words because he was trying to get me to work in Virginia. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good right here in DC. I don't need to work in Virginia. He like, well, I run Virginia. I come over, I make sure you get 40 hours. I said, well, I get 40 hours here. He like, nah, you're not gonna get 40 hours here, but this, and that. He said they don't have the work for you like that. I said they always got work for me. He like, nah, they're not gonna have the work for you. I'm telling you. I was
how
like,
he
dog,
trying to tell you what they gonna have? Like, how you telling
because
me
he
what
didn't
they
he
gonna
didn't he didn't know who I was. He didn't know who I was. He thought I was just a
have?
regular
All right.
officer. He didn't know I was actually higher ranked than him. He didn't know that. He thought I was just a regular officer. He never seen me before. So because I was working with the picture that I showed you with me and Keith Thurman.
Yeah,
I was working there. I had this was a special event, and so I was working there. I came dressed as a regular officer. He didn't know that I was a captain, so I came to do that special event. And so my chief pulled up, and he was like, "Hey, have y'all been properly introduced?" I said, "Yeah, I spoke to him, whatever." And he's like, yeah, I was telling him that I can get him over in Virginia, and he wasn't trying to go work in Virginia. He was like, nah, you can't get Freeman over there in Virginia. He was like, why? He's like, you don't know who this is? He was like, nah. He was like, man, this is Captain Freeman. He's higher ranked than you. This is Captain Freeman. He was like, oh, you didn't tell me that. I'm like, you didn't ask.
Never gave me a chance. He just came out boss. Like,
so he became the chief in DC. And so he's trying to tell me what to do, what not to do. I'm like, dog, I know how DC run. I've been here the entire time. I started DC. I know how everything ran. All of these contracts are under me. I know how everything is ran. Oh, well, but I'm the chief. I like to run things a certain way. All right, cool. You do it the way you want to do it. I'm going to go ahead and chill with human resources. Whenever you need my help, just let me know. So he said to me, oh, Freeman, you're not going to work over at the parking lot. I need you to work over here. I said, no, I'm not working over there. I'm working at the parking lot. That's the only spot that I will be working at. He's like, no, you can't tell me what you will be doing. I'm the chief. I said, well, I'm telling you, I'm not working over there. I'm only working at the parking lot. So he went to the commissioner. He was like, no, Freeman don't supposed to be in the field, but he choose to be in the field. He said he wants to work the parking lot. That's the only spot that he will be working at. If he choose to work somewhere else, that's on him, but nobody can tell Freeman what to do. I'm the only one that can tell Freeman what to do. I'm the commissioner. So he was like, well, I don't need him to be my deputy chief, this, and that. So I'm sitting there trying to tell him what's going on with these new hires, what I need him to do. And he wasn't trying to listen. So when they promoted me to vice president, we had the meeting on Monday. And he said, I want to let everybody know, Freeman is the vice president. So when it comes to human resources, anything like that, nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, is over top of Freeman. Freeman is in charge of everybody. He said, even myself, when it comes to human resources, Freeman is over me. He has the final say-so on everything. So I said, so being now that everybody knows what my title is, now that everybody knows what the deal is, this is what I need from all of y'all. Everybody else was already doing it. He was the only one that wasn't doing it. I said, this is what I need from all of y'all. He said, he was like, oh, well, I'm about to go on vacation. I said, well, before you go on vacation, I need you to make sure you got all these people in order, because I'm going to oversee what you got, but I'm not doing your work. So his
problem is he wanted to be in charge so damn bad.
Oh, that joint was funny as hell. He was like,
I hate that though, man.
Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, is in charge of Freeman. Freeman is the only one that has the final say-so when it comes to anything in human resources. If it's for a person to get fired, if it's for a person to get hired, if it's for a manager to get fired or a manager to get a disciplinary action or anything, Freeman has the final say-so. So don't get on his bad side, because he's the one that holds your career in his hands.
So whatever. So what's the status with him right now?
Right now, he's the director. He's still the director in chief of DC, but he's also in Texas. He's also overseeing Texas. So, because
so what's his problem? I mean, it seemed to me he has a great position. What's his problem? It seemed like he just wanted to be in charge of all y'all. Like,
he just likes to be. He likes to be in charge. He wants to feel like he has some type of say so in the situation. Like, I used to do the schedule for DC. I did all the scheduling for DC. Nobody ever had a problem with their schedule. He said, Freeman, I don't need you doing the schedule. I'ma handle the schedule or whatever. I said, okay, you want to handle the schedule? Fine, go ahead. As soon as he took over the schedule, everybody called me and was like, hey, what's going on with my schedule? I was like, I don't have no say-so in the schedule. Y'all got to go talk to y'all chief. Man, I like when you do the schedule, because we knew what our schedule was a week in advance. This man changing our schedule at the last minute and all this. Man, we don't never know what we got going on. I said, that's not on me anymore. I'm only dealing with human resources. That's on your chief. The chief wanted to do the schedule. Y'all go take it up with him. Y'all have any complaints? Y'all complain to him. If it gets a little out of hand, I take it to Commissioner Sterling, but I have no say so over that. That's his state. That's what he want to do. So let him do it. If he have any open shift, he's the one that's going to get in trouble for it, not me. They was like, man, this some bull. I like when you was doing it because we had a set schedule. We knew what we was doing, and we didn't have to worry about it. We know what our schedule is. You was having a schedule printed out the Wednesday before the following week. I said, I know, but that's what he want to do, so let him do it.
That's the only thing about working for your own kind, where it's like, you know what I mean, I'm trying to work with them, that somebody's always trying to get over, and I hate that. That irritates the hell out of me. It irritates me, man. It's just like it don't have to be like that.
Yeah, really. I mean, what the thing's going the way it's going. I don't know how much longer he's going to be in that position. As far as DC, he might end up losing that position in DC because, like, DC is a different animal than any other state. Like, you got to be hands-on with these officers. Like, these officers and these clients in DC is totally different from any other state. I don't care how many people you was over top of in another state or whatever. When it comes to DC, these dudes and these females are different. Like, literally.
So before he got with y'all, where did he come from?
I don't know. I wasn't here when he came on. So I don't know where he came from.
Wherever he came from, he must have been used to bullying motherfuckers.
Yeah, I know he was running Virginia, and from what I hear, he did the same thing in Virginia, and people had issues or whatever. But when it came to Maryland, when it came to DC, he tried to do that in DC, and these people out here in DC, they ain't going for that. They ain't going for that. You're not going to just talk to them any kind of way and think that they just going to listen to you. Nah, they're going to be like, hold on, who you think you talking to? Man, I don't need this job. Who you think you talking to? Like, it's different in DC.
Yeah, you got to be careful because people need jobs, but at the same time, they don't need the disrespect. They don't need what comes to it.
Like, I talk to people with respect, and I let them know, look, I'm the supervisor. I'm your deputy chief. I know, and y'all work for me. This is what I need from y'all, but I'm not telling y'all what to do. I'm asking y'all. I'm asking, but I am telling. I'm asking y'all. This is what I need y'all to do.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, but I am telling you. It just doesn't come off as like I'm ordering you to do something.
Yeah, ordering
like,
you.
Hey, I need you. Like, if something was going on, like say you working a post, and I know you're supposed to be patting people down and watching the cameras, and I see that you're not doing it. What I would do, I would come out and say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go over there and pat these people down at the door? And after you finish doing that, can you go over there and keep an eye on the cameras? I'm asking you, but I'm really not asking you. I'm telling you what you need to go do. But it sounds like I'm asking you to do me a favor. He will go and say, look, stop what you're doing, get over there and go do that, and go do that. And they looking at him like, man, who the fuck are you talking to? You ain't gonna just talk to me. Like, cause he tried it with me, and me and him had words, and I said, oh. We could put the title down and we could forget about this daggone job, and I can meet you wherever you at. And we was going back and forth in the chat, and he tried to come at me a certain type of way. And so he didn't know that he was chatting with me and the commissioner. It was a group chat. And so he didn't know that the commissioner was reading everything that was going on between me and him back and forth. I was coming to him letting him know that, hey, I don't know what's going on. I didn't have nothing to do with that. And he like, man, fuck that. I know you did this. I know you did that. You a snake. You just tried to stab me in the fucking back and this, that. I said, hold up. First of all, I'm not cursing at you. Why are you coming at me like that? I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what you're talking about. So he was like, man, fuck that. You stay the fuck off my schedule, this, and that. I'm like, hold the fuck up. I said, man, forget all of this. We can meet wherever you at, and we can settle this like some men. We ain't got to worry about the job. The job can still be the job. but you're not gonna talk to me like I'm some chump out on the street. And so I went to call him, but instead of me calling him, I accidentally called my commissioner because I had their names right beside each other. So as soon as the commissioner picked up the phone, he saw my name. He picked up the phone. He's like, Freeman, don't even worry about it, dog. Don't even worry about it. I got it. I saw the whole thing. Don't worry about it. I got it under control. I said, nah, he got the wrong one. He got the wrong one today. He's like, no, don't worry about it. I got it. Don't even worry. I got it. You good. Don't worry about it. I understand it. You're good. I'm gonna go talk to him. I was like, he don't know who he's talking to. I said, he really don't know who he's talking to. He said, I understand, Fred. Don't even worry about it. I got it. I was about to whoop his ass.
I know you about
to whoop his ass. Because I had literally got in the car and everything. I got in the car and everything. I was like, nah. I said, damn, I called the wrong person. He said, I'm glad you called me first. He said, no, I don't want you going out there whooping his ass. I already know. I saw the whole thing. I don't want you whooping his ass.
Well, in reality, he was a threat to him. That's what that was.
He said, we already had this issue before with someone else, and I had to stop them as well. He said, no, don't even worry about it. We got it. And so that's what he was like. From now on, Freeman don't answer to nobody but me. None of y'all have authority over Freeman. I'm the only one. And now he doesn't even have authority over me. I mean, he's the partner of the company, but he doesn't even have authority over me now.
So they got to do their best to keep you two separate.
Huh?
They got to do their best to keep y'all separate.
No, not necessarily. I mean, because he knows now. He knows now. They told him. So now is, hey, what's going on, Mr. Freeman? Hey, how's everything going? I'm good. He got a whole different tone towards me now, but at the time he didn't know. He knows now. A couple of people talk to him. They're like, you know, Freeman's about to whoop your ass.
Yeah.
A couple of people that already told him. So he definitely knows now.
He didn't know what he was getting into.
No, he didn't. He was about to find out real quick, though.
What you said, we could
about
drop
to find out real quick. But nah, I mean, like when it comes to this type of work, it can be a headache at times if you don't stay on top of everything. If you're not on top of what you need to be on top of, it can be a headache. But if you're on top of what you need to be on top of, it can run smooth. Now, you might have hiccups here and there because somebody might call out or a client might change a time for a certain shift or whatever like that. So there might be some hiccups here and there. But for the most part, it'll run smooth. Like right now, it's running pretty smooth right now. Because we got everybody in place that we need to have in place, and everything is pretty much running smooth. We have little issues here and there, but it's not nothing that we can't fix. But everything is pretty much running pretty smooth. So
good. It's good.
If we fall asleep behind the wheel, it can be hectic very quickly. Very quickly. Like literally you'll be getting probably about anywhere from 20 to 50 phone calls back to back from officers, from clients, from supervisors. You'll be getting phone calls back to back because people fell asleep behind the wheel and things got out of hand.
Yeah, when you're doing that kind of job, or when you're in that field, you're gonna have to be focused, man. No.
Yeah, especially if you're an armed officer, because like I was talking to a guy that we hired yesterday, and I was telling him, he said he got a guy that he want to recommend to bring on because he used to work with him at another site that he worked at. And I said, that's fine. I said, you're the supervisor. You can make your team however you want to make your team. I just want to speak to them first to make sure that they're an officer that we're willing to put our name behind, because as a armed officer, we don't know when the time comes that you're going to have somebody's life in your hands. And I want to make sure that every officer is responsible when that time comes. Because if you have to draw your weapon, if a person is not responsible, they'll shoot instead of trying to calm the situation down. Like, you can draw your weapon, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to shoot at that time. You can still talk an individual out of whatever they're doing
Free. I don't know if
until
you
you
agree.
can't talk anymore.
I don't know if you agree with me on this, but despite people's background, I realize you can't put a gun in everybody's hand.
No, you can't. You can't. That's why a lot of times that's why I don't understand what some of these offers. Well, I do understand, but I don't, because a lot of these officers, as far as police officers, before you become a police officer, you gotta go through a a psychic evaluation. You gotta go through a psychic evaluation. They gotta check your mental. They gotta check your background. Like, they literally will go all the way back to when you was a kid and talk to people that was your next door neighbors and things like that. They want to get a full background of the individual that's coming on. So you go through all those things. Sometimes it still is not enough, because you never know what can trigger a person to do whatever they do.
Yeah.
But some of these officers, they literally get that badge and that weapon because they want some type of authority.
Yeah.
They're not doing it for the right reason. They're doing it for the wrong reason. They want the authority. It's not so much they want to make the community better or they want to make the world better. They want that authority, because when you get that badge and you get that gun, you have an authority. And so a lot of these officers, they want that badge and that gun to have an authority.
That could be scary. I don't know. That could be scary at times. You like, damn, man. You know, you supposed to be protecting me. If something goes down, it's scary, man.
Yeah, that's why I said I wanna be able to talk to anybody that comes on, especially if we put them in an armed position. Now, if they coming on and they just a fire watch or they're a regular security guard that's not gonna have a weapon, I don't necessarily have to interview them. If one of the supervisors or the chief interview them and they say they want to bring that person on, that's fine. I don't have to interview them. But if somebody's coming on as an armed officer, oh, I gotta talk to them. I gotta talk to them.
Since you've been doing it, have you had any moments where shit got out of hand and you had to step in and you go, oh, you don't do that. We don't do that. Yo, you unmute your joint, Free. Free. Yo. Oh, you talking? Oh, all right.
Yeah, my bad. That was my oldest son calling me.
I was like, yo, he's all right.
Yeah, my oldest son called me. He wanted to go get his knee checked out. Something happened with him at work. He said he felt like his knee gave out while he was at work. So he wanted to go get it checked out on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, but so when it comes to these officers, I want to be able to talk to them, because not only are we handing a weapon over to you, but now we're responsible for whatever you do with that weapon. You take it around your neighborhood, showing it off, and somebody steal it. Now you're responsible for it, but now we gotta go try to retrieve that weapon. We gotta get the police involved and all this other stuff to try to retrieve that weapon, because that weapon is in our name.
Was there ever a time where shit got out of hand and you had to holler at the officer and go, "Yo, we don't do that. You have a problem like that, you're supposed to hit me. You don't just take it upon yourself to go do that."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I never had to yell at any officer, but I did um correct the officer. Sometimes I try to do it behind the scenes where the client doesn't see it or none of the employees see what's going on as far as the property that we're securing. I try to do it behind the scenes, but sometimes you can't do it behind the scenes. Sometimes it's got to be done right there on the spot. But yeah, it has been done. Like I had an officer who was trying to disarm her weapon, but the weapon got jammed, and I'm standing downstairs outside. I'm literally downstairs from where she was at. Instead
Yeah.
of her letting me know, coming down, letting me know, say, "Hey, Freeman, my weapon is jammed." At this time, I was the captain. Instead of her coming down, letting me know, "Hey, Captain Freeman, my gun jammed. I can't get it unjammed." She's trying to get it unjammed, but she's waving the weapon around trying to unjam it,
Oh
and
hell.
it's a bullet stuck in the chamber. And she literally, like, you got people walking past, and she literally, I'm gonna show you. This is exactly what she did. I'm gonna show you what she did. Hold up. I'm gonna show you exactly what she did. She had the weapon. Now, when you secure the weapon, what you're supposed to do is take the magazine out first. When you take the magazine out, like if your weapon is secured properly, let me do it the correct. When I do this, there's a round in the chamber right now. So what she's supposed to do is take this out and clear it, so the round comes out. Well, when she tried to do that, the weapon got jammed. So the round is still in there, and she's trying to get it out, but she can't. So she's like trying to, and she's waving it around, but it's still a round in there, and it's people walking around. And I'm like, so the client called us and told us what happened, and I'm like, hold up. So I runs upstairs. I'm like, hey, drop it, drop it now. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She like, the weapon is jammed. I'm like, I understand the weapon jam. I said, but you swinging the weapon around, and there's a round in there. I'm like, you swinging this joint around, and it's a round in there. I'm like, it's a round in there. So what are you doing?
That kind of gave me chill.
I was like, oh my God. I'm like, nah, you can't do that. So we immediately had to let her go. We had to let her go.
What you just told me gave me chills because not only could have got hit, you could have shot yourself.
She could have shot herself. She could have shot one of the people. She could have did a number of things. That joint could have just
Some
went on.
companies they'll let that shit. Some companies ain't even trying to take a risk on you because that's a risk. Like some people don't give you warnings. Like
Now, as a security officer, no, they don't go through medical training. Now they do a physical, but far as mental, they don't go through that as a security officer. They don't go through that. Now we do have them. Some of them we have them go through CPR classes, and in that CPR class you can get that type of training. But most people just get the regular CPR training because it's cheaper. It's only $25. You can do it online. You ain't got to worry about taking no classes. But some people go the extra mile, and they will go through different training. Like me being from the military, I know about that training. My commissioner, he's ex-military. He knows about it. And we have a couple of other people that's from the military. They know about it. But for the most part, most of these people are straight off the street, and they go through the regular security training. They might get their CPR license, and then CPR certification, and then they're security officers. Some of them are armed, some of them are not armed.
You can tell.
The armed, they go through a little more training because they got to be trained for the firearm.
You could tell she never held a gun before. She ain't never dealt with a gun before. To be sitting there, you could
Probably haven't. Probably haven't.
You could have been walking. She could have shot you. What was she gonna say? Sorry, Officer Free. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Vicky
Yeah,
would have
so-
killed me. Miss Free would have killed her.
Like when I give anybody a weapon, the first thing I do, I give them the weapon unloaded. Like literally, all of the rounds are not in the magazine, and the weapon is not loaded. I tell them, count the rounds, make sure you have all 10 rounds, and I want to see you load up that magazine and load your weapon. I didn't see people literally just take the weapon. Let me show you this. I seen people literally take their weapon. It's like this. This is how it comes, but the rounds are not in it. They put the rounds in, they take their weapon and put it in, and then put it in a holster. The problem with that is it's not loaded. It's not loaded. So with it not being loaded, when they just put that magazine in like this and it's not loaded, if something happened and you pull it out and you need to use it, you gotta cock it before you can use it. Instead of them actually having it already cocked like this and put it in, now it's loaded. Now it's loaded. But if they don't do that, if something happens, you need to pull your weapon out and you got to use it right away because you taking on fire. You got to use it right away. You pull it out and start shooting. It's not loaded. Now you got to cock it and then load it. If you taking on fire, you're not thinking to cock the weapon. You sitting there like this and you going to shoot and it doesn't shoot.
Well,
most people that's not fully trained, first thing they're gonna do is look at their weapon and probably drop it and take off running because it's not firing.
Well, that's why you have a lot of senseless shooters out here now. A lot of motherfuckers don't know what they doing.
No,
A lot of
they
them,
don't.
you trying to be a stick-up kid, you run up on somebody, cock your shit back, nothing happened. Now you, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a lot of these dudes doing that. They don't know what they doing, man, because they ain't trained for this. They just getting guns. They look back. They go on YouTube and look at it. Like, a lot of these dudes ain't do this. That's why they hitting their target. Scared off, man. Shoot so
I got 6 of these in my house.
yeah, well, you ain't got to ever worry about me.
2 of them is mine. One of them is my wife. One of them is my daughter. I mean, one of them is my wife, and one of them is mine. The other 4 is my company's. So there's 6 of them in my house.
Now,
Huh?
oh, so you ain't got to worry about me coming to your house. Crazy.
I mean, you can. You just better have an arsenal when you come.
I don't want to do that. I ain't no fool.
Because these are out here in my living room. My other 2 is in my bedroom in my safe. So if I'm not in the living room, I got 2 in my bedroom, which is my personal. One is my wife, like I said, and one is mine. So all I gotta do, mine is actually in my closet. My wife's is in the safe. So all she gotta do is punch in the code. Like she hears somebody break in, all she gotta do is punch in the code and pop the safe open. It's like literally 4 numbers. She punching the code, turn it, is to open it up. All she already know how to. She's been doing this for 25 years, 30 years. She already know how to do it. She can do it probably quicker than I can. Well, not now, but she used to be able to do it quicker than I can. Oh, that was Clarence Mike.
Oh shit. Muted my mic. She could have got knocked off the mat. Like,
Yeah.
it happened to anybody. It was just the thought of, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody coming, and not just somebody a part of the company. It could have been anybody just walking by, an old lady, kid going to school, coming from school, whatever. Some kids just out chilling. And how do you explain that? Because you can't tell the family or anybody, sorry, it was an accident.
Right.
And then they look at the company like, what did y'all do with this girl? First thing I do is if I'm having an issue, I'm bringing the weapon to you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Free, I'm having an issue, and I'm not about to sit here and play with this gun and shoot myself. I'd rather
Yeah.
look at. Listen, at least I bring the weapon to you. You want me to sit here and try to figure it out and freak around, shoot you, and shoot myself, or hit somebody else?
Yeah,
Call me.
you have a lot of people that really like I literally I've seen people that that we had hired, and I either I was retrieving a weapon from them or I was letting them go, and I had to get the weapon from them. And I noticed there's a lot of people that don't know how to carry their weapon. They don't know how to disarm their weapon properly, or they don't carry it in a safe manner. Like I literally went to relieve people from work and watch people put their weapon in their bag, still loaded in their bag. I'm like, hold, stop. They were like, what's going on? I'm like, what are you doing? They're all, I'm taking my weapon to my car. I'm like, not like that, you not. Unload that weapon. Oh, I just my case is in the car. I don't care if your case is at your house. Unload the weapon before you put it in your bag.
Oh,
Like these daggone these Glock 9mm, they have a hair trigger. It's literally a hair trigger on it. It doesn't take much to fire that weapon. Like I can literally fire the weapon just by doing this, and the weapon will fire. It's a hair trigger on a Glock 9mm. You ain't gotta squeeze it. All you gotta do is tap it, and that joint will fire.
yeah, that's people don't that's the deal. That's the thing, Free. People don't understand that part. That's just dangerous, man.
Anything can brush up against that trigger while it's loaded in your bag. You throw that bag in the backseat of your car. You don't put it in your case. You throw it in the backseat of your car, and your lipstick hit that trigger. Now that gun just went off. Hopefully, it will go off into the ground or out the side of the door or something like that. Hopefully, it don't go off and go through the front of your driver's seat where you're sitting at.
Yeah. That's why these dumb people gotta think. You gotta think. You gotta think, man. You want to be security, but there's two different type of securities. This is what people don't realize. Some of y'all, before you rush to be firearm, you need to just go be regular security for some of y'all. Because some of you just want that position to say you got a gun. You have no type of shooting experience. Never been to a shooting range or none of that. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. No, the first thing we ask these officers, when the last time you been to a gun range? Oh, I've been a couple of weeks ago. You still got your target? Yeah, I still got my target. We like to see your target. I want to see what type of score you got. I want to see your target. They say, I went like 6 months ago. I'm gonna need you to go to the gun range. I'm gonna need you to go to the gun range.
Come on, bro. 6 months ago.
I mean, well, technically, a SPO officer or armed security officer, they only have to go to the gun range once a year. Technically, they only have to go once a year. But if you are carrying a weapon, you want to be familiar with that weapon. You want to go to the gun range at the minimum once a month. You
Yeah,
want to go once a month so you can be familiar with the weapon, because you never know when you might be sitting in your car and you need to draw your weapon. You might be bending over and somebody is running up on you. You need to be able to know how to draw your weapon. Like, I have a leg holster. I don't have an actual waist holster. I used to, but I noticed when I'm sitting in my car with my weapon in my waist, it's harder for me to grab. With the weapon on my leg, I can rotate my holster to where the weapon is pointing straight up and down. So all I got to do is reach down by my leg and grab it. I can grab it much quicker from my leg than I can from my waist. So, and if I'm standing outside, if I'm just happen to be standing outside or I'm walking or whatever, I can grab my waist quicker than grabbing up here, because I already got my baton, my handcuffs, my gloves, my handcuff key, my pepper spray. I got all that around my waist already. Have
yeah,
my weapon right there. Now that's another thing I got on my belt. So I'm like, I got all this stuff on my daggone belt. No, I'd rather have it on my leg. Now you're
yeah,
supposed to go through training for that, to have a leg holster. But it's still, for me, it's better to have it on my leg.
yeah, yeah. I hope everybody who's watching this understands it. You just happen to stumble across this channel, and you'll hear about different things we speak about. But this is something very important for anybody who's thinking about going for that. And it also goes for police officers too. For anybody who's thinking about being a police officer, it goes for that
Hmm.
too. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all are just getting these jobs just because of the some type of enjoy. It's some type of enjoyment for some of y'all, when it's really about protecting and serving. And even if you're doing it because my grandfather did it and my father did it, so it passed on to me, don't take them type of jobs, firearm or police officer, for the wrong reasons, just so you can feel like you got some authority. So now when something jumps off, you can grab your gun when it wasn't even a situation where you had to grab your gun. You know what I mean? If
But
I don't like free when they be like, well, I felt like, I was threatened. Felt like my life was on the line. How? Because he said a couple words to you?
yeah.
It wasn't that serious where you felt like you had to. Well, he was reaching in his back pocket, so I shot him. What the fuck?
The, the only time you need to feel like your life is on the line is if he has a weapon in his hand. And it doesn't have to be a gun. It could be a bat. It could be a knife.
Yeah,
It could be a chair. If he has a weapon in his hand and he's coming at you, now you can say, okay, yeah, I felt like my life was in danger. But with a person that doesn't have a deadly weapon, let's say he has a chair, it's not a deadly weapon. It can be deadly, but 9 times out of 10, it's not a deadly weapon. You don't
yeah,
want to shoot. You don't want to shoot to kill. You want to shoot to stop. And
yeah,
that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people shoot to kill instead of shooting to stop. All we do is shoot. As law enforcement, they're trained to shoot to stop, not shoot to kill. Military is trained to shoot to kill. They don't train to stop anybody. They train to kill their enemy. The law enforcement are trained to shoot to stop, not kill. There's two different type of training. You can have military training. Their training is aim center mass, whether it's the center of your forehead or the center of your chest. Your aim is center mass. Law enforcement, like I said, they're the object of them taking out their target is to shoot to stop. So they not necessarily trying to kill. Now, a lot of times it does lead to somebody dying because you shooting them. So sometimes you
yeah,
never know if you're going to hit a major artery or not, but you're shooting them. So it's not necessarily them to shoot to kill. They supposed to be shooting to stop. If they happen to kill them, then it happens. But that's not what the sole purpose was. Like I said, military is different. Military is shoot to kill, and they tell you one shot, one kill. That's all. That's everybody saying in the military. You have one shot. You need to kill that person with that one shot. You don't have ammo to waste. One shot, one kill.
So besides being fired, what is the consequences to that when you could tell when somebody just took a shot and it was on purpose versus that, oh, this officer was in danger. Like, besides firing them, what is the consequence to that if you guys fire them? Because I know they
well,
get a right.
The consequences to security officers, if they shoot somebody, first of all, police is going to be called onto the scene, and the police are going to do their investigation. Now, the police could come away with that investigation, say, no, it was a lawful shooting, and he didn't do anything wrong, and they're going to let him go. Now, if they said, no, that was an unlawful fire, and he did something wrong, he's going to be placed under arrest. They're going to retrieve that weapon from him, and that weapon is going to go into evidence. Now, we can get it back, but we won't be able to get it back until after their training, their investigation is over. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Y'all smash that like button. Welcome everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's how it will go down with the police department. But I got an interview that I got to do. I'm gonna holler at you a little bit later.
Get up off here too, because I got my thing. I'm coming back later. I'm bringing back the Throwback Thursday, so I'm gonna talk about the Judah and Floyd joint because they joined. Yeah, so I'll be back later on this.
All right.
I'll let you. Right, y'all. Appreciate y'all joining me. The word of the day. The words of today was positive energy, y'all. Y'all just remember to keep that positive energy. No matter what it is, what did you do, where you go, never let anybody ruin your day, your month, your hour. We have to appreciate every minute, every second, every hour, every day, no matter how we feeling. Positive energy, baby. We ain't going to always want to smile, but there's going to be some times we're going to have to smile even when we don't feel like it. But that's the only way we can continue to go on in life. Throwback Thursday, I'll be back later on today. We're going to talk about Zab Judah versus Floyd Mayweather. You know, that anniversary was just, I think, like I said, the 8th or the 9th. So we're going to do that later. Underrated, what up? What up, Underrated? We're going to do that later, probably about 4 o'clock. I'll be back for that. So y'all join me at 4 o'clock. Old school boxing talk. Y'all know me. Y'all know what it is. It's all right, Underrated. I'm getting ready to call you. Stand by. Stand by. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. 4 o'clock, we'll be back. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.